there's only one thing more frustrating than watching your child struggle with chronic health issues or struggling with them yourself. And that's feeling like you have tried everything to help and you or your child still struggle and can't find answers and can't find the real root cause of what's going on. And many parents feel like they're left putting things all together on their own instead of finding a doctor or provider who can link all of these health challenges together and make sense of things. Well, we have good news for you. While it may not be something you've ever heard before, nervous system dysregulation, dysautonomia, and what's called subluxation are the most overlooked and extremely common reasons that your child may not be healing despite all sorts of things like diet changes, therapies, and supplements. The nervous system that we have controls every major system in our body, and when it gets dysregulated and out of balance, it immediately begins to shut down and change things like gut function, gross motor coordination, and it also massively interferes with the immune system function and inflammation. So if your child is struggling with things like sleep, gut, immune, sensory, or behavioral issues, learning to help them better regulate their nervous system and then restoring the function to this vagus nerve may be the missing link that you've been up late at night searching for all along. So in this video right here is for parents who feel dismissed and stuck in this endless merry-go-round of medications, diet changes, and detoxes, hoping to address their child's chronic symptoms. We're revealing how optimizing vagus nerve function and the overall nervous system function could actually help improve your child's health struggles. So in this video, what we'll do is we will learn all about neurologically-focused chiropractic care for kids and how it can help them achieve levels of healing that you never knew possible, just by helping them restore the function of their nervous system and also activating the vagus nerve, and then get your child's brain and their body connection working at its best once again. Here's a story of a member that we'll call Susie. I want to read this. This is Susie's testimony here. Trying to solve chronic health problems is never an easy or straightforward journey. I've had migraines since I was 11 years old, and I've tried so many different treatment methods. My digestive issues and anxiety, panic attacks appeared to be diagnosed with Lyme disease, and I've tried so many things to improve those areas as well. It's a long and frustrating journey of trial and error, and while some treatments did help improve some symptoms, I knew there was still something missing and was still being affected by all these issues all too often. I've done diet changes, hormone replacement therapy, preventative medicine, which I never really wanted to be a long-term thing. I did IV therapy, previous chiropractic care, so many supplements, and so much more. Now, the difference with LBC is they focus on the nervous system, which is a piece of healing that I hadn't really focused on before. When I first saw my neurologic scans, I honestly was not surprised. I actually felt validated. I knew my body was struggling neurologically, but none of the testing I had done previously could really show that. Almost 1 year later, my scans have improved so much. It gives me hope that there is even more healing to come. It took some time to notice the big changes, but within weeks of starting care, I started to notice little changes. I felt my body start to learn how to pump the brakes and relax. The panic attacks and anxiety that came with the migraines were decreasing, and I was starting to recover from them faster. I went through periods of an increase in symptoms, and I knew that meant something was working, as this has always been my experience with healing. Now fast forward 8 months into care at LBC. I had 5 weeks without a migraine. The first time this has ever happened. Over the past few months, I have spent much less time recovering from daily health problems, and I've been able to enjoy so much more of life, especially this past month. I feel like I've had so much more freedom and time to live my life without debilitating migraines. I'm excited to continue this road of healing here at LBC. Thank you, Susie, for your testimonial. This is awesome. So for you guys watching, how did this work for Susie? Well, first, what we're going to talk about is nervous system dysregulation and dysautonomia. So let's break this down a little bit. Nervous system dysregulation and dysautonomia, what it refers to, it's the malfunction or the imbalance within our nervous system that affects just the normal functioning of our nervous system and lives, and its ability to regulate responses to stimuli like light, sound, things like that, and able to coordinate and control all the different organ systems and just keep the body working well altogether. Now, the most common sign of nervous system dysregulation in kids is sleep disturbances, gut and stomach problems, frequent respiratory and immune challenges, and then the gross and fine motor problems. Oh, and then also the sensory overload and sensory processing difficulties too, that then also have those behavioral problems like tantrums, meltdowns, and things like that. Now, number two, what's completely overlooked by the traditional healthcare system, like when you go to the pediatrician, this thing that's hidden really in plain sight. And while the thing that I'm talking about, conventional pediatricians most commonly blame things like genetics or natural health, or integrative physicians talk about with parents about things like gluten and dairy sensitivities and toxins. For millions of kids, the nervous system dysregulation and vagus nerve dysfunction sets up shop early in life and really often, and is almost hidden in plain sight. And this thing, it's the root cause that's often, it can't be overlooked anymore. So when every other form, this is what I love, every other form of traditional medical testing or even integrative or biomedical testing, it can't find the hidden problem that's going on for your child, the real root cause. You can almost guarantee, this is what I love right here, that nervous system dysregulation and what's called subluxation, which really originally triggers all of this stuff, is likely at play. And when that's the case, we can then do something about it. So how do we find this nervous system dysregulation and dysautonomia or subluxation? Well, the first place parents can look for signs of this trouble brewing in the nervous system are the things that we call symptoms within the basics of neurophysiologic function. Things like sleeping, eating and digestion, pooping, staying healthy instead of getting sick, regulating emotions, and those sensory processing abilities. Now from there, the most important thing that parents can do is to get to their local PX doctor and have a thing done that's called neurological insight scans run for their child. And these scans are exactly what they sound like. They look inside the nervous system to then determine how well or not well it's functioning and regulating for that child or adult. So what I want to share with you is a little picture of just one of the views that we actually get in this here. This is called a neurothermal scan I wanted to share for you guys here. What we're looking for here is this white zone. We're looking for things like clustering, which you can see clustering taking place right there in the lower region. Same right there through the thoracics, and then another clustering right up top. This should be pinging back and forth. Now the other thing is what we're looking for is color. We've got these extreme temperature swingings where that nervous system is not regulating at that specific spot well. And the problem doesn't just stop right there. It actually travels through to all those end organs that the body has to then be able to communicate with well and regulate. And the other thing we're looking for is pattern. You can see that grouping, kind of like we talked about with the clustering up above, compensates going down through there and then finishes down through the left. This is just one way, one of the views that we have that insight or the ability to look to see how that's functioning. That nervous system is functioning or not functioning well. And so with these, then we have the ability to then take action and help through a series of adjustments through a care plan to get that nervous system doing its job better. So parents, it's time to stop chasing those symptoms and trying new medication or a new supplement for each and every issue. I invite you, let's switch gears and let's help you address everything all at once by getting your child's nervous system regulation and function back in order, so that they can truly heal from the inside out and get back on track with their health and their quality of life. For so many families, neurologically-focused chiropractic care, like we specialize here at Better Chiropractic, has sounded almost too good to be true, since doing just one thing can have so many benefits. But that's simply how it works. So that's actually how we work. By getting the nervous system better and regulated again, working again, you can expect all sorts of improvements in your child's quality of life. Chiropractic isn't just the next thing that may help. It could be the one thing that you've been searching for all along.